Hey, so today I am going to start a new kind of series, I guess, but I don't know how regular it'll be. I have had some like self-help, self-improvement books on my radar for a while, and I have read a few of them, and I just thought maybe I should share this. I don't do as many standalone book reviews anymore, and I kind of miss that a little bit, and so I'm going to start sharing these individually just because I know that people look for reviews of these types of things. So this is going to be my take on these different self-improvement. I prefer self-improvement to self-help. I think it's just like the stigma behind it. So for the last few months, I have been feeling kind of weighted down by the world. And for me, the first thing I do is turn to books, and I turn to like self-care, wellness, and that kind of stuff. So I suppose you could put books into self-care, but I like it as a separate category because it's something I love so much. So I started to think about like expressing myself and being creative and all of those types of things, and felt like I needed some inspiration. So I Googled books for creative inspiration, and I came up with these two: Austin Kleon's Steal Like an Artist and Show Your Work. I actually had seen Ariel Bissett, who I mention all the time on my channel. She's like the booktuber that I watch, mentioned this and that she really liked it. So I picked them up from my library. You can see that I've made plenty of notes. So I read Steal Like an Artist first, and I actually think that this one was written first. And all of this is basically, it's 10 tips. So he lists them on the back, and they are 10 tips to being creative. And some of them are as simple as just like the idea of Steal Like an Artist is that you learn about your favorite creators, your favorite artists, whatever they be, like, you know, literal like painting artists or music or YouTubers or whatever. You sit there and you learn about them as much as you can, and you can steal from them. You're stealing their ideas. Not like literal plagiarism, but that's what we are. We are some of all of the things that we've learned and our passions and all of that. So he goes more into depth about that. The thing I really liked about this is that he gives you concrete ideas that you can do to start creating or to kind of get over different slumps. But he also gives practical advice like keep your day job. Most creatives do not make money immediately, and having a day job gives you like a schedule and gives you money, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. I think a lot of people struggle with that, like 9 to 5 day job struggle, but sometimes that enables you to do the things that you really, really love. So I liked that, and I also liked that he talked about being nice. Being nice is number 8. It says the world is a small town. I really liked that as well, and I thought this one had a lot of good tidbits. Well, one of the ones that I connected with is him talking about sharing your secrets. A lot of people like to keep their trade secrets secret. He talks about how Bob Ross teaches people to paint. That doesn't take away from him as an artist or as a creator. Martha Stewart does the same, and it just says people love it when you give away your secrets, and sometimes if you're smart about it, they'll reward you by buying the things you're selling. So that's something that I felt like I really identified with, because here on YouTube I have found more interaction and more success, I don't know what that even means on YouTube, but I have found more like creative satisfaction by sharing myself. I talk about weight loss, and I talk about things that I love but things that I don't love, and when I can relate to people on the internet about that, that's like the best part of it, right? So I got a lot of inspiration from this. The other one is called Show Your Work, and this is more about how to get your work out there, like getting a platform. He also has them, again, he has them listed on the back as well as inside the book, but I didn't connect with this one as much. I think because I wasn't looking for ways to share my ideas and my creativity. I think I was more needing a boost in different ideas for my creativity, if that makes sense. But this one is good, and it talks about all different types of things. The one that I thought was the most like hilarious was talking about like when you ask for like follows and stuff like that. He says, don't be creepy, don't be a jerk, don't waste people's time, don't ask too much, and don't ever ask people to follow you. Follow me back is the saddest question on the internet. And I really really identify with that. I hate when people do that, and I'm not judging if any of you have before, but I really do think it comes off poorly, and that's a whole separate thing. But you know, he just literally, he like talks about it, and he talks about like when you share your work and people don't really like it, and how you should take it, and how it doesn't really matter what other people think of your art, doesn't think about your, you know, what you think. I feel like a lot of people, a lot of creators, you know, put stuff out on Instagram and stuff, and it's like, it hurts your feelings if somebody, I just put up a video a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and it was just like a what I ate in a day, and it literally like almost immediately got a dislike. And I was right away, I was like, ah, like, why would you dislike my video? And then I just thought, like, who cares? Like, does it matter if someone dislikes my video? No, not at all. So it is hard to take criticism, and especially if you're creating, you know, music, if you're creating, you know, artwork or whatever it is, it's hard to take that criticism. So all in all, I would say if you need or want a boost of creativity, sometimes it just helps to like read something and give you some new ideas. I would totally recommend these. These are very fast reads, but I obviously felt like, I mean, I noted them quite a bit. There was lots of good ideas, very easy to digest, and there's actually a Steal Like an Artist journal that I'm kind of interested in, and it has like little, I think it's kind of like a workbook. It's probably one of those like wreck this journal kind of things. Well, I would totally recommend these to somebody who needed just like a creative boost, some different ideas, maybe ways to focus their energy and ways to, you know, get your work out there, and just like different ideas. Definitely recommend, especially if you can get them at your library. It's at no cost to you, and you can get some good ideas. So that is it for my first book review in this little series. I'm hoping to have one up, one a month, one every couple months, we'll see, but this is the first one and I really like it. I'll also link Austin Kleon's Instagram, because he does a lot of poetry where he does stuff like this, where he takes like text from magazines and print basically, and he blacks out things to make little poems, and they're very cool, and yeah, he seems like a cool guy. So that's everything. All right. Thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye. That was an awkward one.